Hey guys, so now that we are into October already, a lot of people are winding down the camping season, getting ready to put campers into hibernation for the colder months. So with that, there are steps for winterizing. So winterizing is something that we go over during orientation, but I know some of you that's months, maybe years from when you picked up the camper. So it's just nice to kind of go over some refresher as far as where things are located, what they might look at, and what their function is as far as the winterizing process. So I'm going to do a couple different series of videos to show you those things and go over some of those things with you just to kind of help in that process to make it a little bit easier. So inside the units, we use two different types of water lines depending on what it's for. So primarily, most of your water line is going to be hard PEX. So we have a hard PEX in both blue and red, blue for cold, red for hot. And then we also use the same red and blue in a braided line that is white with a colored stripe on it. Most of the time you'll see the blue stripe on the white braided line going to your water pump, and that's just to help with the function of the water pump so it has less vibration. So most of the time that's where you're really only going to see this. There is some other locations that they do use it, but primarily for the longest you'll see the hard PEX line. So you've got the low point drains is your biggest thing that you're going to want to make sure that those are open and the system is drained. So your low point drain is a 90-degree turn valve. This is what it looks like. You'll have one of these that's coming off of your freshwater tank along the floor, and then you will have another one that is usually vertical close to the kitchen area, down by the water pump as well. And then if you have a shower on the inside, you'll have one of these on a hot and a cold line that go to the shower. Sometimes these are located inside the compartment underneath your shower pan. Other times they run it completely to the outside, so you have to look up in the corner, kind of tucked in by the gray tank as far as where those are at. So the way this 90-degree turn valve is, this top part is your turn and this is your water direction. So right now this is in line with the water line itself, which means that any water inside that water line is going to drain out. So for use for winterizing, you want to make sure that all of these are in line just like this, so that any water that is in the system is going to drain out of the unit itself. When you go to use the unit for camping purposes, it will look like this. So if you've been using the unit all summer, great, that's awesome. All of them should look like this, keeping the water inside of the unit itself. And now that you're ready to winterize, just turn that 90 degrees and let the water flow out. So like I said, you've got your freshwater tank will have this, the water line to the kitchen will have this in the newer models, and then any interior shower units will have one of these on a red line and a blue line to drain out any water that's in the shower system itself. On some units with the shower, they've used this pull style valve. Same concept as the 90-degree turn, only this one you just pull the valve straight up. And then once that is up, it'll drain out of the unit itself. So I've seen these on a couple of the older units, but I just wanted to show you both of those so that depending on what you see, you know how they operate. So that talks about the low point drains. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comments below, or you can give us a call in the office. Rory and I would be happy to help answer any questions and maybe give you an idea of where to look for either one of these valves when you go to put your camper away for the winter.